Welcome to a Crisp Fibre Podcast.
Good morning to Crisp Fibre Pods, episode 2. Really exciting times happening today. I've got one of my good friends here, Sarel Roos from RapidSolve, new IT company in the industry. Welcome, Sarel.
Thank you so much.
Today we're going to talk about who RapidSolve is, what you do in the industry, where you've come from, where we're going, and what is the new steps in the IT industry to follow. So firstly, Sarel, tell me a bit about yourself and how did you come about RapidSolve?
So, I've been in the IT, been in the industry for quite some time. Done a couple of ISPs, and there was just this gap in the market where the ISP delivers services up to the port and nothing inside. And we basically had a look at the gap, tried to fill it, and that's where RapidSolve operates. So it's basically inside the LAN. We do telephony services, we do firewalls, and everything that ISP just doesn't want to do.
No, 100%. Looks like exciting times. You've been in the industry for over 20 years, I think.
That's correct, yes. So it's quite a while. Got a lot of experience, and we try to put that experience back, in the industry itself, by growing it and giving it back to customers.
I understand you also have a very young team supporting you that we're going to upskill and where you're going to take them from the basic level 1 support guys and bring them up to top tier guys for the industry.
That is correct. So the idea is to progress them. They need to learn the basics. They need to be able to solve 80% of the tickets that gets to them, and only escalate 20%. And once they can get that right, the basics right, they can go to tier 2. And diversification obviously is just as important.
Perfect. So if we look at RapidSolve, where did it start from?
It was an idea and a gap in the market. The normal ISP just doesn't want to do that kind of work. Managed services was always a thing, but there's not a lot of companies that actually can do it well, and we want to try and fill that gap. So we want to do work with ISPs and fill the gap so that we can do an end-to-end service. So basically, what we want to do is we want to work from the port where the ISP hands over, inside the network, and on the NNI itself up to the cloud. We want to fill that space, and the ISP can be man in the middle.
Perfect. So and then we as an ISP, Crisp Fibre, we started using RapidSolve for anything from the ONT router, Wi-Fi router, for anything others, stuff in the house, for the business, for the corporates, other than home users. What is your aim with RapidSolve? Which are your target market that you want to get involved and get part of the team working with RapidSolve?
The idea is to start with home users. We want to do the whole spectrum. So home users, we want to do corporate as well as industrial. I think that there's a big market for the corporate market itself. There's a few companies that does it, but not well.
If you say corporate, does that include franchisees that want to have one complete solution for all their branches, a centralized data center, all of that? Or is it only the corporates like the big PSGs and so forth?
No. So basically the franchisees as well as the franchisor, we will basically go and do the whole spectrum. So if you've got a couple of sites, we can do decentralized firewalls, or we can do centralized firewalls. Same with the network. We can decentralize it or centralize it.
Great. You also say you've been mentioning telephonic services, firewalls, centralized, decentralized firewalls, all of that. Can you name a few of the services off by hand that RapidSolve is going to offer to firstly home users and then to the corporates or franchisees?
Absolutely. So we will do from the basic firewalling and antivirus for home user. We will do the network design as well as the Wi-Fi network. There's a small monthly fee that a customer can pay for on-site service. We will do remote as well as on-site service for a small monthly fee that's payable monthly. and then from there we can actually have a look at the scope, what else the customer wants.
Perfect. Then if you look at RapidSolve and your experience, your extensive experience in the industry, what is the next year forecast and the next 5-year forecast for RapidSolve? What's on the horizon? What is the aim for RapidSolve within the next year and the next 5 years?
Well, let's do it short term and long term, or short term and medium term. Short term, we want to grow the business. We want to stabilize what we do, and what we do, we want to do well. And if you look at a 5-year scope, we want to basically double the business. We want to grow and get into the corporate market and be a player in the corporate market.
How are you going to do that? That's the next question. There's a lot of companies out there. We're not going to mention their names and all of that, but there's quite a few companies. What differentiates RapidSolve from those companies? What's that? We need to use RapidSolve, or we want to use RapidSolve because of this. What is that niche you're going to work on?
Absolutely. It's going to be personal service. Personal service as well as knowledge about the products that we offer.
Please elaborate on that, because I can give you personal service for the first 2 times and then I fade away. Most of the big corporate companies or the big IT companies do that. They'll start with laying out your network, putting your Wi-Fi points, supporting you, and then they just disappear and fade into the abyss, what you may call. What entails on customer service or that personalized service that RapidSolve is focusing on?
So we want to know the customer, the complete network of the customer. We want to go and map everything. You need to be in the know. You need to know your customer personally to be able to provide him a professional and a dedicated service. If you can do that, you can personalize it and tailor-make it for the customer.
Yeah, that's all people want these days, because a lot of companies will come in and just work on a solution. They don't understand what the customer needs are and how to work with their customer within their budget also to make that happen.
Yes, absolutely. You need to know the customer. You need to know his budget. You need to know what's his requirements and needs. And with that, you can tailor-make a package for the customer that will suit his personal needs.
Affordable, but still reliable.
Absolutely.
So the word RapidSolve, it means that's quick, continuous answers, all of that. But to have that, you need to have a great internet connectivity. I understand you guys do give internet connectivity for home and for business. Can you mention a few of the networks you're on that you work with to provide that service?
Absolutely. For home users, we can do OpenSurf or Vuma. For corporate, that's DFA or MetroFibre, for instance. We've got our own networks as well that we can deploy on. Everything open access, obviously.
I understand you're also on our network as Chris Fibre in the States we do, and you've been helping quite a few of our clients rolling out the rest of the network in the house, especially with double-story houses or big houses, the Silver Lakes, the Midstreams, all of that, where the big houses get extra Wi-Fi points and all of that. And we've had some reviews from you where people say with the small retainer to have remote support, whenever they have an issue, they can WhatsApp or just Facebook message in even, and then get that quick response, that rapid answers to what the issue is and how to get it sorted. And when not, because of they've got a retainer, they've got the reduced pricing for on-site calls and all of that.
Absolutely. So with the retainer, we do a quick analysis of the customer's requirements. We're obviously going to do the latest technology that we make sure that the inside of the network is basically good enough.
So with RapidSolve, from the Wi-Fi extensiveness, quick messaging, where do you guys put yourself?
We do WhatsApp messages. That is our root cause of analysis. The quickest response is via modern WhatsApp messages. We log a ticket on our system, and we will either have a look at the customer itself remotely, or we will dispatch a man in the van type, access to the customer itself, to get the problem resolved as quick as possible.
Perfect. So RapidSolve is rapid in the words and in the sense.
In every sense of the word, we try to be rapid, yes.
Perfect. And then when we look at this, RapidSolve, there was a gap in the market. RapidSolve was started. When you take the start from RapidSolve to where you are now, what is the biggest thing you saw that people are asking for you to resolve and to maintain going forward, and that quick help which changes lives?
We found that the internal network, the design is always faulty. You will find that there's a switch on a switch on a switch that creates latency on the network, as well as loops and so forth. If you do the reticulation correct and you get that sorted out, the rest will follow. Get the basics right, get the basic network design, get that better done, and then everything else will work. We use the latest technologies, obviously Wi-Fi 7 as far as we can, where it's certified, and we find that that takes us a long way to minimize nuisance calls.
I can believe that. We as an ISP, most of our calls is people complaining about bad signal, but it's because their router is next to their TV and they're laying in the bedroom, or most of the time they're on the toilet,
Absolutely,
and they're complaining about Wi-Fi signal. But we've seen it also multiple times at offices where it's, like you said, switch to switch to switch, and it creates more points of failure. So for us, we always try and advise our clients to get someone like RapidSolve to put a proper network down, network plan it, sit with the end client, explain to them what the solution is. It's a once-off CapEx to get it done and have continuous work. Otherwise, then you're always going to have someone on site. And I believe that's the difference we've seen with RapidSolve and us working together, is that you can see the solution is thought out beforehand, implemented for the client, and then the rollout is continuous, where you don't have that many calls anymore.
Absolutely. So we believe in you pay once but cry once, and after that you smile. You don't have that comeback. Get the latest, best technology. Get rid of the daisy chains. We want access. Well, we want to get a signal out as quick as possible. Without all the ops.
Okay, and that works also with your your firewall settings, with your hosted services and all of that.
Absolutely.
Do you guys provide hosted services, cloud solutions, data backup, antivirus services at all?
So we do a wide variety of services. Anything from firewalling, we do networking, we do the routers, we do security, we do CCTV, and then going into the cloud, we provide telephony services. We do recordings of those telephony services, that we've got a proper recording. It's in a vault, so that the customer or the custodian of the system can access it, and they can use it either for training or for legal purposes.
Yes. What better way do you want than a one-stop shop with rapid results?
Absolutely. It's great. It's great going, and hopefully we can make the most of filling the gap.
Let's step forward. Next month, it's November. We've got a big event happening in Cape Town called AfricaCom, or the African Tech Festival.
Absolutely.
It's one of the biggest in Africa. Chris Fibre is always there. You'll see us around floating there, having a few meetings, having a few drinks. Will we be seeing RapidSolve at AfricaCom this year?
Absolutely. We're going to be there. We will be in Cape Town at AfricaCom, and you're welcome to set up a meeting.
So, Sarel, how do we get in touch with you, or RapidSolve as it is?
You can visit our website. It's rapidsolve with a e.co.za. Our contact details will be provided on the website. But if you want to contact me personally, my email address is sarel@rapidsolve.co.za.
I also noticed that on your website you've got a live chat. Do you have support agents looking at that?
Absolutely, 24/7. It's basically from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night.
That's quite a lot of time to monitor that live chat. And I know I've been on it when I had a problem in my house the one day, and the quick, rapid answers came through. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sarel, I want to thank you for being here today. It's always a pleasure sitting with industry leaders that's come through the few years. You're not as grey as everyone says you are, but you are a good guy, and we do appreciate doing business with you and partnering with you on getting the connectivity part further through the house, further through the business, and giving corporates and franchisees the services they need to excel in their business. Thank you for making time, for being here today, and we do appreciate working with you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And hopefully we see you on another episode where we address direct issues, where we can talk to the end users and get their results done.
Absolutely. It will only be a pleasure.
Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into the Fibre Podcast. Catch you in the next one.